Hidden beneath the glamorous facade of Hollywood stars is a world where fame meets paranoia. This obsession stems from the minds of fans and conspiracy theorists who dig into the secret lives of celebrities. Number 10. Emma Stone is an American actress, known for her unique husky voice, charm, and adaptability. She's won a variety of awards, 2 of which were the Oscars for Best Actor. Despite being a neutral individual with no hidden agendas, Emma found herself at the center of one conspiracy theory. It was a Sunday evening on the 26th of February back in 2017. The Dolby Theater was full of an audience of celebrities. Emma had just won her Best Actress award for her role in the film La La Land. A few more awards were announced after, and the night moved on to its final awarding ceremony. It was for the Best Picture award. On stage, the hosts held out a red envelope with the name of the winning film. They announced that it was La La Land. As the producers were forced on stage, a woman came rushing out with a headset adorning her face. The crowd heard the word Moonlight, a different film that was among the nominees. The audience thought that perhaps both of the films won Best Picture and had to share the title. But that was not the case. It was soon figured out that the wrong name had been spoken, and that the card was in fact Emma Stone's from when she was awarded Best Actor. Moonlight had their chance on stage once the fault had been corrected, but rumors began to circulate about the strange mishap. The theories placed Emma at the center, believing that this was a calculated act on her part. After she had won, she retrieved the winning envelope from Leonardo DiCaprio backstage. It was suggested that she intentionally left it there, and the next presenter picked it up. Her sinister plot was to ensure that La La Land won, or was at least mentioned a second time. Others suggested that perhaps it was all just one big accident, and she could have left it behind by accident, which is probably not a likely scenario. Before the theories even caught wind, after the ceremony, Emma Stone headed to the reporters. Eyes were on her as the culprit, and she knew it. In an effort to clear her name, the winning actress stated that she'd been holding her card the entire time since she had retrieved it from DiCaprio. She claimed to have no idea how this mistake could have happened. What many were unaware of at the time was that during such ceremonies, 2 winning cards for each award were made. One of them is given to the presenter, and the other is placed into a bag. It's likely that the second copy was mistakenly handed to the next award presenter. Theorists, however, maintained that this wasn't any old mishap, but a calculated event. If it wasn't Emma Stone behind the mistake, then it must have been someone else, according to them. Luckily for her, she wasn't the only one who faced such accusations. The next person under fire for this error was Leonardo DiCaprio, who announced Emma's award. Many believe that he was the one to blame, and that it was actually him who left the card backstage where the next presenter would mistakenly pick it up. The motive in this case was personal revenge against the Academy for making him wait so many years to win his first Oscar. An alternative possibility was Ben Affleck, who, according to the theorists' logic, sought to derail the Oscars as well as injure the PWC's business. This was all in search of revenge for the Academy shutting his 2016 movie, The Accountant, out of the nominations given its unethical backdrop. The last entity that would face the theorists was the Academy itself. The Oscar TV ratings had seen a decline in recent years, and the 2017 show was no different. The Sunday broadcast barely beat the number of viewers from 2008, which saw a record low audience of 32 million viewers. This prompted Twitter users and theorists to conclude that the Academy purposefully orchestrated this mistake in an effort to boost ratings. Number 9. There's no doubt that Australian actress Margot Robbie is a scene-stealing magnet. She's admired for her charm and the variety of roles that she adapts to. Margot is most known for her appearance in the recent Barbie movie, but also found herself playing the unstable character of Harley Quinn. She starred in a few films, but according to this conspiracy theory, there may be a whole lot more. Theorists and fans believe that Margot and another celebrity are the same person. Emma Mackey is a French-British actress. She's revered for her role in Emily and the Winter Lake. She also has appeared in a number of television series. But due to the similarities between these two praised actresses, some believe that they're really the same person. The physical resemblance is uncanny. Both women share the same facial structure, including eye shape, lips, nose, and hairline. They even share the same laugh lines. Side-by-side images serve as a clear-cut example of the resemblance that theorists are referring to. Despite minor differences such as a chin shape and eye color, many maintain that they're the same person. Either Margot Robbie is becoming Emma Mackey or the other way around. But theorists have provided no motive behind this cunning ruse. Perhaps the goal is to see how long she can dupe the public. Fans aren't the only ones behind this conspiracy theory, though. In some instances, both stars have been mistaken for one another by paparazzi when they're out in public. Emma was even cast in the Barbie movie alongside Margot as physicist Barbie, given their physical similarities. The actresses, though, don't seem too pleased about the whole theory. Emma preferred that everyone get over the supposed comparisons, and told the news outlet, The Independent, that she doesn't see the resemblance at all. In fact, she prefers that everyone focuses on the jobs that each individual woman is doing rather than how similar they are. Margot revealed that while out in public, a stranger approached her while she was eating a burger. They told her that they enjoyed her role in a series that she never even starred in. The fan was confusing her for Emma, which Margot quickly cleared up. Despite the denial from both parties, we've yet to see the two in the same room together. Further adding complications to debunking this theory was when an interviewer informed Margot that she and Emma were the center of an online conspiracy. Her response held no shock at all, and she laughed instead. The interviewer also pointed out that in one of her films she speaks French, and Emma happens to be French as well. This couldn't have been just a coincidence, according to theorists, but rather evidence proving that they are the same person. Both actresses now seem somewhat in on the whole joke and appear entirely unruffled by the theory, which only prompts theorists to maintain that they are the same person. Number 8. Anne Hathaway's relationship with Adam Schulman is one of the most long-lasting and successful marriages in celebrity history. Anne is another respected actress who's held in high regard. She starred in some higher-rated movies, such as Ocean's 8, Dark Waters, The Princess Diaries, and several other films. Adam is an actor and producer known for Seesaw Monster, Song 1, and The Shower. The couple met in 2008, got together, had children, and wedded in 2012. Adam and Anne have been together for quite a few years, or perhaps a bit longer than that, according to this conspiracy theory. Both celebrities were able to evade such theories until now, when fans posited that Adam is a reincarnation of the playwright and poet William Shakespeare. The theory was first set afloat on Twitter in 2018, when one user posted images of Adam next to Shakespeare. The caption read, "Anne Hathaway is being talked about for her beauty, but what about the fact that her husband looks like William Shakespeare?" The men do share a striking resemblance, to the point that Adam could very well be a descendant of the late poet. While this may sound like the most ludicrous conspiracy yet, the idea piqued the interest of more than 438,000 Twitter users. The actor seems to share the same facial features as Shakespeare, including a distinctive nose and facial structure. But this isn't the most bizarre aspect of the conspiracy theory. In a shocking coincidence, the name of William Shakespeare's wife was Anne Hathaway. The 1500s couple married in 1582 when she was 18 years old. They went on to have 3 children together, just one more than the modern-day Anne and her Shakespeare look-alike husband. The theory took social media by storm, with another Twitter user claiming that the 1500s couple were so in love that they came back for each other. The conspiracy, though, didn't end there, and others were derived from it. Fans posited further that both celebrities were reincarnated. Jasmine Shah suggested that Shakespeare had made a deal with his wife in which she would be famous in the next life, referring to modern-day Anne Hathaway being more famous than her husband. Others suggested that this was an act of time travel or even vampirism. Many pointed out that Anne doesn't seem to age at all and still looks young despite being over 40 years old. Number 7. The British royal family has an inconceivable amount of conspiracy theories about them in circulation. It was only a matter of time before Kate Middleton found herself at the center of some of them. With the addition of social media, no one is safe from the outlandish ideas of the masses, not even the royal family, who find themselves littered across various social media platforms. In 2022, she and Prince William became the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall. In January of this year, the princess disappeared from the public eye. It was announced that she had undergone surgery and was recovering at home, but that she would not be able to return to her duties until after Easter. People across the globe, though, couldn't understand why no image of her was released to the public, and why no one had seen her since the hospital visit. And so, in the gossip lounges of the internet, rumors sparked. Social media users theorized that she'd been placed in a medically induced coma as a result of a complication with the surgery. This theory jumped into gear after a Spanish TV host claimed that she'd heard this information from an anonymous source within the royal family. The palace pushed against this outlandish claim, referring to it as absolute nonsense. The theories soon got way out of hand, with many alleging that she was deceased. Others suggested that William was the cause of her hospital visit, citing his bad temper as evidence. Twitter users whispered of a secret pregnancy, a troubled marriage, and domestic violence. Concerns for the whereabouts of Kate rose on Reddit as well. Some suggested that she'd been recovering from some sort of cosmetic surgery, or that she'd been given an unflattering haircut and was waiting for it to grow out. The various ideas about her whereabouts grew wild, with social media users even suggesting that she had escaped the confines of the palace and had run away. A few months later, though, the princess emerged, and no one was convinced it was really her. Soon, a new theory came into play: the body double theory. Theorists claimed that the person who emerged from the palace wasn't the missing princess, but rather a body double. Kate's footage emerged online, and one amateur sleuth took it into his own hands to uncover the alleged truth. The truth, of course, was actually the theory that this was a paid and well-known professional impersonator. But there was absolutely no evidence suggesting that this was the case, and it was among the many false rumors that were hyped up by social media users. The body double claim soon racked up over 12 million views on Twitter and over 11 million on TikTok. In a sad turn of events, it was revealed that Kate Middleton had been diagnosed with cancer. But even with this heartbreaking revelation, the conspiracy theorists pressed on. They then switched to accusing the princess of not really having cancer, and that the doctors had only found pre-cancerous cells in her system. Self-proclaimed social media doctors alleged that she'd faked the details of the disease. But to what gain? Number 6. It comes as no surprise that Princess of Pop Britney Spears is at the center of a wide variety of conspiracy theories. Her career began at the age of just 2 years old, when she competed in talent shows. At the age of 8, she was auditioning to be in a Mickey Mouse television show. She would soon begin appearing in Broadway plays, and not long after that started producing songs. Her transcendence to fame was set in stone from there. Justin Timberlake, the American singer, songwriter, actor, and producer, was thrown into the mix along with Britney in this outlandish conspiracy theory that took social media by storm. The theory instilled shock in fans across the world once they got word of it. Britney and Timberlake had been involved in a fatal car wreck. The theory came about when a pair of San Jose-based DJs, Kramer and Twitch, reported on the Extreme Nighttime radio show that the two had been involved in a car wreck that left Britney deceased and Timberlake in a coma. Despite having not aired on legitimate news outlets, the rumors spread throughout the nation, morphing into an internet conspiracy theory. This report triggered numerous panicked phone calls to be made to Los Angeles authorities. Chat rooms and fan sites began to buzz with reports of how the accident had happened. Apparently, the celebrities had been heading down a Los Angeles freeway, traveling at more than 100 miles per hour, when they seemingly crashed, ending Britney's life with the supposed empty flask that was found near the wreckage. A spokesman for the LA Police Department revealed that fire officials, the police, and local hospitals spent the evening answering phone calls from distraught fans and reporters. The two DJs who initiated the rumor are known for their poor behavior, and have even been fined for using expletives and suspended for suggesting that motorists run over cyclists. 2 days after the supposed accident, the couple were seen very much alive. The crash had never taken place. In fact, the two weren't even near each other that evening. Britney had been working on her new album and was in great health in LA, while Timberlake was out touring with his band in Philadelphia. Once Timberlake had gotten word of this wild conspiracy theory, he called Britney to find out what had happened. The two had gotten word of the theory at the same time. While both celebrities routinely deal with fans and attention given their careers, they were still upset by this outlandish rumor, which had also affected their families. Timberlake had 6 phone calls made to him from different family members who were concerned for his well-being. Social media users had begun settling down, but some still asked if the accident was true on various social media platforms, including Reddit. The story of the crash was entirely made up, and the 2 disc jockeys have since been fired from the show. The conspiracy theories, though, didn't end there and only instilled new ones. Fans began to suggest that the accident had happened, but that Timberlake wasn't in the car. They claimed that Britney did lose her life and was replaced by an artificially intelligent clone, and referred to images of the star on her wedding day. An Instagram page called Britney Is Not Free, which is in reference to the Free Britney movement, shared a video in which AI was used to enhance the image of the singer on her wedding day. The original image was blurry, but featured the star wearing her wedding dress and smiling. The AI photo generator adapted the image to make it clear, leaving fans divided as to whether or not it really is her or if it's an artificial intelligence clone. They explained that her eye color was wrong and that she had a different nose and teeth. There was no convincing fans that this was the real Britney. While some maintained that this was a robotic clone, others suggested that this was a human clone or a body double. TikTok users alleged that Britney's body shape altered between posts in reference to her Instagram clips where she's seen singing and dancing. Concerned fans have also pointed out that her wrist tattoo seems to change in each clip. While many accepted the idea that she was replaced following the rumored car wreck, others thought that the swap might have come the previous year when the singer deactivated her Instagram account. Britney had spoken of the traumatizing effects that social media could have, and subsequently deactivated the account, but she reactivated it sometime later. But there was a clear change in her presentation. The captions on her posts became shorter, prompting some to believe that she wasn't the one in control of it anymore, and nor was she in control of herself. Number 5. The existence of the Illuminati can be traced back to the 15th century. It referred to an organization or group that claimed to be unusually enlightened. Despite being a vastly different group of people in historical times, modern-day descriptions depict them as a shadowy society and accuse them of controlling the world, taking on more of a cult-like impression. Various high-up figures are rumored to be part of the Illuminati, and the group is running world politics and government-related aspects. Conspiracy theories involving the elite have been in circulation for ages. Numerous celebrities have found themselves at the center of such suggestions, ranging from Illuminati initiations to being co-leaders of the modern organization. Theorists have developed a list of stars who they believe are in the shadowy organization, and refer to them as A-list members, citing supposed evidence in songs and online images. Beyoncé and her partner Jay-Z found themselves at the top of the list of supposed leaders of this society. Theorists point to hand symbols in some of Beyoncé's music videos, and if she's the queen of the Illuminati, that makes Jay-Z the king. He was rumored to be involved in society ever since he held up his Rock Nation hand sign, with his flat palm and made a triangular hand shape. The rumors pressed on despite him denying the allegations on the Rick Ross track called Freemason. In 2014, Madonna released a song named after the 17th century organization on an album called Rebel Heart. Many believed that the lyrics to the song revealed her involvement in the society, as well as its modern-day existence. The singer later clarified that she was referring to the earlier meaning of the word, which was enlightened. Whether this was her intention or not, the word was dropped much too casually and certainly attracted unwanted attention. Unsurprisingly, Katy Perry finds herself on the list as well. Proof can be found in her music video for Dark Horse. It included the Eye of Horus, a clear reference to the all-seeing eye, an alleged symbol of the Illuminati. Her 2014 Grammy Awards performance also made use of occult symbolism, which prompted further accusations. One accusation was made by the radio personality Alex Jones, who claimed that she was an Illuminati priestess who was conducting witchcraft rituals before live audiences. Will Smith's assault on Chris Rock was viewed as an initiation ritual by many conspiracy theorists, placing both celebrities in the Illuminati. Kesha also made various symbolic references to the society, with the cult symbols and the all-seeing eye. Adding fuel to the fire is the eye tattoo that she has on her hand, and the fact that she admitted to being an Illuminati leader in an interview with Rolling Stone. Another alleged A-list member was Michael Jackson. Some believe that he revealed too much inside information, forcing the secret society to end his life. Rihanna also appears to meet all the criteria that placed her in the infamous group, including holding her hand over one eye on the cover of Rated R and using pyramid-shaped hand symbols in her music videos. She's been called the Princess of the Illuminati, which even appeared on one of her videos. Eminem was unable to evade the list too. and one way to get into society supposedly is to make a pact with Satan. Eminem allegedly sold his soul to the organization in exchange for fame and talent. Among the Illuminati A-list are the most successful celebrities of the modern day, whose work is often discredited and attributed to their involvement in a society that leading conspiracy theorists believe controls the world. Number 4. John F. Kennedy was the 35th President of the United States. It was this president who faced various foreign crises, but also managed to secure achievements such as the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty and the Alliance for Progress. In 1963, while riding in a motorcade in Dallas through a crowd of onlookers, he was assassinated. His passing caused a worldwide shock. The heartbreak that was felt across the globe, though, did not deter conspiracy theorists. Kennedy found himself at the center of a rather unique idea. It posited that the president didn't really meet his end in Dallas. Theorists don't discount the fact that he was assassinated, but they do rule out that he succumbed to his injuries. According to them, Kennedy sustained a severe head wound and was shipped to a secret nursing home where he would live out the remainder of his days. Some suggest that this alleged private nursing home is in South America, New York, or Canada. Oddly, this same theory was applied to Elvis Presley upon his passing. It was alleged that he was sent to the same nursing home as the president and even shared a room with him. Skeptics argue against this by presenting the exact extent of the injury that Kennedy sustained that fateful day. This only prompted theorists to find an alternative, this time suggesting a clone. The man who rode in the motorcade was not President John F. Kennedy, but rather someone who looked just like him. This was all a planned act controlled by Lyndon B. Johnson. Kennedy, according to the theory, was diagnosed with an incurable disease and needed to be taken out of the spotlight and placed in a secret nursing home. The CIA therefore staged the assassination under the command of Johnson, the 36th President of the United States. Strangely, in support of this theory is that just 1 hour and 39 minutes later, Johnson was sworn in as president. Other conspiracy theories revolving around the assassination pointed to a mob hit. According to theories, the Kennedy family were not strangers to organized crime, and suggested that the mafia had even helped JFK steal the 1960 elections by securing votes in the state of Illinois. The theory that the mob was involved in the assassination hinged on the fact that the president had failed to overthrow Fidel Castro. This meant that the mafia-run casinos were still shut down, and brother Robert Kennedy was cracking down on the mob by pursuing Jimmy Hoffa. According to a biographer, Robert even feared that he was the one who got his brother assassinated. The theory posits that his attempts to prosecute the mob backfired in a terrible way and landed on JFK. A more frightening suggestion placed the government at the center of it. The theory that the assassination was an inside job began to do the rounds, and according to a different biographer, Robert's suspicions fell on a rogue element within the CIA. The Central Intelligence Agency has various conspiracy theories attached to their name, so it comes as no surprise that they were blamed for the assassination. Another outlandish theory pointed the finger at Ted Cruz's father, and it was found out he was known to associate with Lee Harvey Oswald, and the two had been together prior to Oswald's assassination. The previously unsealed documents are making their way into the public eye, with the NARA processing the withheld records of the JFK incident. We may finally be able to put some of these conspiracy theories to rest and find out what really happened that fateful day. Number 3. Suri Cruz is the daughter of actress Katie Holmes and actor Tom Cruise. Following in her parents' footsteps, she became a young actress, starring in films such as Alone Together and Rare Objects. Ever since her birth in 2006, Suri's had the spotlight on her, and even her very first conspiracy theory. Many believed that she wasn't real, doubting her existence. The theories came after the post-pregnancy secrecy, but after the release of the first family photos, the internet was plagued with otherworldly rumors. Even today, Suri Cruz, who's now 18 years old, finds herself being looked at with intrigue and raised eyebrows, with some believing that she's an alien. Theorists point to her supposed alien appearance and her parents' penchant for doing and saying pretty odd things. Rumors of her extraterrestrial origins were in circulation prior to her birth. This was because of her father's connection to Scientology. Some believe that he and other Scientologists had made contracts with extraterrestrials, which resulted in the conception of Suri. Her calm, collected, and intelligent demeanor also paints her as a being who's not from this world. According to some, her striking eyes and appearance are consistent with those of an alien life force. Theorists also reference her advanced vocabulary and her composure amidst the chaos. Adding support to the alien origin claim is Tom Cruise's obsession with security for his daughter, especially when she was younger. There was even a conspiracy in circulation that a body double or even a clone was being used to ensure that the real Suri was safe, which only fueled the idea that she wasn't a human being, but was of extraterrestrial origins. Many believe that the use of a body double is to ensure her safety and hide her true origins, but aside from the mention of a supposed body double, an obsessive father, her striking appearance, and unique intelligence, theorists don't have much supporting evidence for the claim. Number 2. David Bowie was a British singer-songwriter and actor who rose to prominence in the 1970s. He served as a transitional figure in rock history. He gave us the famous songs Under Pressure, Starman, Life on Mars, and Ashes to Ashes. Bowie also predicted the coming of Kanye West. At least, this is what conspiracy theorists believe. The music industry is filled to the brim with crazy coincidences, the Illuminati, and purported cover-ups. Bowie seemed to evade all of this, but was deemed a psychic instead. The theory was traced back to 2007 when a blog emerged online. It aimed to reveal a conspiracy that ties Bowie and American rapper Kanye West together. The theory posits that Bowie predicted the birth of West and prophesied him as a musical messiah. The evidence, of course, can be found on the cover of the fifth studio album, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, and The Spiders from Mars. The evidence becomes immediately clear with the sign overhead that clearly reads K West. While this may be nothing more than a coincidence, theorists believe that it's strange nonetheless, and is a clear indicator that the theory may be legitimate. Taking it one step further is the opening track of this album, titled 5 Years. 5 years after the track was released, West was born. The theory doesn't stop there either. 2 years following the release of the album in 1974, Bowie was interviewed by the Rolling Stone. In the interview, he states that as soon as Ziggy's life ends on stage, the infinite takes the elements and makes themselves visible. Fans believe that this statement was a nod to Kanye West. Upon the singer's passing, West became one of the first people to share his condolences publicly. Some have also credited the final studio album as further evidence, suggesting that it refers to the rapper. Despite this stretch, they then point to another track. This time it appears third on the list. It was titled Lazarus, and the song centers around a biblical character that was brought back to life by Jesus. Years later, West gave us Yeezus. This conspiracy essentially suggests that Bowie knew that West would one day exist, and even rise to fame, and decided to refer to this prophecy through songs and album covers. Aside from these mere coincidences, though, there's not much to support the claims in the form of concrete proof. Number 1. Stephen King is the famed American novelist and short story writer. His books revived horror fiction in the later 20th century. King was known for his blend of horror, science fiction, and the macabre. His books were so popular that they were almost guaranteed to be adapted into films or television series. Serving as a stark contrast against the famed author is John Lennon, the British musician. He was the co-leader of the revolutionary rock group The Beatles. It comes as no surprise that Lennon finds himself embedded in yet another conspiracy theory, given the circumstances and mystery surrounding his untimely passing. But what does the Reverend novelist have to do with the passing of a British musician with whom he supposedly had no relation? Well, in 1980, Lennon was fatally wounded outside of his New York City home. A man named Mark David Chapman confessed at the scene because he wanted the fame so badly that he was willing to give anything to get it, including taking the life of another man. Despite this confession, though, many fans weren't convinced that Chapman was the man behind the crime. Rumors sprouted from every corner of every platform about the fatality. Many have suggested that the CIA brainwashed Chapman in an effort to conceal who the perpetrator was. The theorists spun the wheel of possible suspects, and it landed on King. Could this horror writer's books become a reality with this ludicrous conspiracy theory? The conspiracy that King took Lennon's life first appeared in 2013 and was found in an unlikely source, the New York Magazine. The magazine claimed that by the order of Richard Nixon, the 37th President of the United States, and Ronald Reagan, the 40th President, Lennon was assassinated. It was alleged that these two presidents had been communicating with the writer through magazines. In 1999, King was run over by a vehicle, which theorists believe was somehow all part of the cover-up. Doubters, though, found no evidence as to why the magazine would make such an outlandish claim about the novelist, and required some more information. Theorists pointed out that King and Chapman shared a striking resemblance at the time, and the perpetrator just stood at the scene waiting to be picked up, knowing that nothing serious was going to happen to him. But what motive would Reagan and Nixon have for wanting Lennon assassinated in the first place? It turns out, according to theorists, that they wanted him and his pro-peace politics out of the way. Apparently, the presidents used encoded magazine articles to egg him on. Examples of such articles, though, are scarce. The flimsy conspiracy also worked out King's motive for wanting to take the musician's life, and it relates to both the Shining novel and a lyric that comes from one of Lennon's songs. Lennon's song was Instant Karma, and in The Shining, one of the lyrics of the song makes its way into the scramble of words almost hidden. It suggested that the writer feared retribution and opted to defend his career in a way that was urged by the voices of the US presidents. This odd conspiracy isn't just one that found itself rumored across social media, but was also one of the few that found physical manifestation. It took the form of an ominous yellow vehicle that drove around littered with words relating to the conspiracy, including the phrase Nixon, Reagan, Stephen King conspiracy. It also urged King to repent and that he should be jailed for the homicide of Lennon. In the early 90s, the driver appeared outside a local bookstore in Portland, where an autograph session was underway. The man had various sandwich boards that depicted supposed proof that the novelist had fatally wounded the musician in an effort to convince everyone that Stephen King ended the life of John Lennon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our future uploads. But my name is Ty Knotts, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.